Put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's one of the most common pieces of advice you'll ever hear. Parents say it, teachers say it, therapists say it. Social media repeats it every day. But what if that advice is actually impossible? And what if believing you fully understand someone else's pain is the very thing that prevents genuine empathy? There's one philosopher who completely changed the way psychologists think about empathy. Her answer is surprisingly simple, but it challenges something most of us have believed our entire lives. We'll come back to her idea later, because once you understand it, you'll probably never use the phrase, "I know exactly how you feel," the same way again. Imagine two people lose their jobs on the very same day. One has savings, a supportive family, and sees the situation as a fresh start. The other depends on that paycheck to feed their children. They've already been through years of hardship. To them, it feels like their entire world is collapsing. The event is identical. The emotional experience isn't. Every human being experiences the world through a completely unique lens. Your memories, your personality, your childhood, your relationships, even the way your brain processes information, all of these shape how you experience reality. That's why the exact same event can mean completely different things to different people. Pain doesn't follow a universal scale. It's deeply subjective. This is where something interesting happens. Many of us believe we're being empathetic when we're actually doing something very different. We imagine how we would feel if we were in that situation, but that's still our own perspective, not theirs. That's projection, not empathy. The philosopher Edith Stein offered a much deeper understanding of empathy back in 1917. She argued that empathy doesn't mean feeling exactly what another person feels. It doesn't mean fully understanding their pain. Instead, it means recognizing that an experience exists inside another human being and accepting that the experience belongs to them, not to you. Think about the difference between these two sentences. I know exactly how you feel, and I can't fully experience your pain, but I can see that it's real, and I'm here with you. The first sentence sounds comforting, but sometimes it unintentionally minimizes someone else's experience. The second one requires humility. It accepts the limits of what we can truly understand, and because of that, it's often far more comforting. Something curious happens whenever people tell us about their suffering. When they describe a loss, we remember our own losses. When they talk about anxiety, we think about our own anxiety. When they describe grief, our own memories immediately come rushing back. Without realizing it, we stop looking at their experience and start looking at ours. That's comparison, not empathy. Remember the question from the beginning? Why is it impossible to truly put yourself in someone else's shoes? Because you never stop being yourself. Your memories, your personality, your fears, your experiences, they all travel with you. Real empathy isn't becoming someone else. It's respecting the fact that you never can. It means putting aside your assumptions long enough to become genuinely curious about another person's world, not making their story yours, but allowing it to remain uniquely theirs. Maybe empathy was never about feeling someone else's pain. Maybe it has always been about respecting that you'll never fully know what that pain feels like. Every person carries a different story, different wounds, different strengths, different ways of surviving. Real empathy doesn't grow from certainty, it grows from curiosity. It doesn't begin with, "I understand you completely." It begins with, "Help me understand." The human mind is full of ideas that challenge the way we see ourselves and the people around us. If this perspective changed the way you think about empathy, there are many more ideas from psychology, psychoanalysis, and neuroscience waiting to be explored. I'll see you in the next one.